happening, everyone? Alex here. I wanted to talk about one of the most common elements that we're faced with when we're in the position of creating content, writing, expressing ourselves publicly with some regularity, consistency. This is something that I've been doing for over 10, 12, 13 years. Putting my ideas down in a digestible format, whether it's writing, videos, podcasts, drawings, captions, carousels on Instagram stories. Putting my face and my ideas and my thoughts and my opinions out into the world with regularity. And I do this for many reasons. I do this to test my character. I do this to grow as a person. I do this to build an audience and connect with interesting people around the world and generate discussions. And I do it to enjoy the fulfillment I get from encouraging people and all of that stuff, and growing my businesses, growing my brands. And a lot of you guys are in the same position, and you want to also create more attention around what you're talking about and your businesses and your products and your coaching and your writing. But a challenge that frequently comes up is this conflict we get around not wanting to cause offense, not wanting to be perceived as tasteless in the work that we put out, not wanting to be perceived as weird or odd or obnoxious or offensive or just unlikable in some way. We're all, whether we like to admit it or not, to some degree worried about the opinions of other people, and this can have a very profound effect on our behavior and the degree to which we share stuff. And I see a lot of people holding back. I see a lot of people sharing with some consistency for a while, and then I see them drop off the face of the earth. And I was looking forward to seeing more content. And a lot of that's to do with all kinds of stuff. Disappointment that traction isn't being made quick enough, soon enough. Perhaps they experienced what they perceived as burnout. Maybe they ran out of ideas. Maybe they received some criticism and they sort of got put off, and they didn't enjoy the feeling of exposing themselves in that way publicly, and they were kind of put off by that. And a lot of people stopped doing content creation and writing for those reasons. But here's the thing, and this is something that's come to my realization over the years: if we're really telling it like it is, if we're really sharing what we believe in our souls and our hearts, and we're telling the full truth, no matter what side of the fence you're on, no matter what end of the spectrum you're on, if you're really going for it and you're really showing us who you are, which you need to do if you want to grow that audience, and you want to create sticky fans, people that rave about you, people that tell other people about you, people that come back for more and more and more over and over again. And this hasn't always been the case with my stuff. I've shared a lot of flaccid vanilla stuff that hasn't really excited me, it hasn't excited you. But the stuff that really sings, the stuff that really flies, is always going to be polarizing. There are going to be some people who take a look at it and dislike it and are verbally anti what you've shared, and there are going to be people who fall in love with it. Ideally, that is kind of when you've really turned up all the settings on the thermostat, all the settings on the machine, and you've really gone all out, and you've said it like it is. It's going to cause a divide, and inevitably, and with a divide, what happens? There's going to be people that fall on the side of dislike, resistance, hate, feeling triggered, and you're going to be at the other end of that. And that is the eternal challenge faced by creators, makers, artists, anyone who is in the business of putting themselves out into the world, for their benefit and for the world's benefit, ideally. But of course, that comes with a price. And that price is going to sleep at night, running ideas around in your head, worries about what somebody said about you, and what your recent article, how it's going to be felt in the world, and what your uncle is going to say about what you shared, and what your old school teacher is going to think if he ever comes across the piece of art that you made. All of these concerns are very normal, but if you're getting them and you're in the game, you're in the arena, you are doing the right thing, absolutely. Because the world, even if it says it does, even if it says it wants to hear from you being nice and being middle ground, you're not going to be truly switched on by that, and neither is your audience. If you're playing it safe, if you're saying just enough to get your stuff out there and feel okay that you got some content out there, but it's not enough to create a polarized audience. And I'm not talking necessarily about you inviting haters and abuse and being, really controversial just to get clicks. I'm talking about creating a divide and creating a dichotomy of opinion on your work. So much better to be in the position of sharing something that some people disagree with and some people like, versus sharing something that everyone says, yeah, that's great, that's nice. For me, that's not enough, and it's not going to be enough for you to stay in the game. So the real thread in this video is ultimately about how to stay motivated and energized, and sorry about the wind, guys, and sharing stuff with regularity, with consistency, because that is the thing. Everyone talks about consistency for a good reason, because that's really what's going to deliver the results for you. Whatever you're looking to create from your work, from your sharing, consistency is going to bear those fruits. And we can't be consistent if we're continually allowing ourselves to be halted by our worries about what other people think. And so the more you do it, the better you get at it. And you're never going to reach a point where, because I've been sharing hundreds and hundreds of articles now, I still worry about what people say about them sometimes. But I'm a lot less I don't falter as long as I used to if I was to be attacked, if I was to be judged for the views that I had. I'm not stalled for as long as I used to be. I can see it might sting for a little moment, and I'll take a deep breath and I'll move on. But nowadays I see verbal disagreement and I see negative comments as a positive indication that I am polarizing my audience, and I am digging deep into what I really believe, and I'm taking courage, and I'm at the same time generating what is the juiciest fruit in all of this, which is to create really loyal followers and loyal support. And that's really what it's all about. The more disagreement you get, the more your loyal side is going to be emphasized. The more of an indication it is that you're doing the right thing for the right people, and that you're never going to be able to please everybody. And that's so crucial, because if you really are in pursuit of making everybody happy, you're going to disappoint yourself continually over and over again, because people might say that the work is good, but no one's going to say that it's great. And you are going to die out if you're not really making that impact for the people who matter. And so it's about being conscious of who they are, where they are, what kinds of things turn them on, speaking to them and understanding that you're going to have to sacrifice the loss of some other people and some other viewpoints because you were bold enough to say it like it was. So think about that. That's all I've got time for really within this 10-minute window. It's really a game of, if you're in the content creation business, you're in the game of consistency, and you're in the game of handling your own emotional response to how other people perceive your work. And you're going to have to I had to come to the realization that you're not going to be able to please everyone, and that's totally fine. It's an indication that you're moving in the right direction. So find a way as you continue to create to be okay with not always making everyone else happy, and actually to see that as a positive thing. I'd love to hear your additional comments on this. How are you finding content creation? Are you writing? Are you finding it difficult sometimes to say the truth? And if you are, speaking your mind and getting yourself out there and really being as expressively you as you can be without too much filtration, are you finding it difficult? And if you are, I'm here to motivate you and to encourage you to keep doing it, because it's inevitable. So that's it from me today. Enjoying the river, enjoying the last few days of summer, and if you are not on my newsletter, Untethered Mind on Substack, I've also got a men's newsletter, Untethered Man, on Substack, and I've also got a writing newsletter that I'm about to develop as well. So lots of stuff happening, lots of stuff going out. I'm enjoying the writing, enjoying the videos and stuff as well. And I'm going to stop talking now. So take care, and see you in the next one.